For more on this story, we are joined by Deborah Unger from the Corruption in Sport Initiative at Transparency International. Mrs. Unger, thank you for joining us here on Euronews today.
Thank you for having me.
This is effectively the first time FIFA has confirmed it believes its senior executive committee members were guilty of bribery on a grand scale. Is this a genuine step towards a new era of transparency at football's world governing body?
FIFA is really trying to cement its position as a victim in all this bribery and corruption. And it also wants to get the money back.
Well, that leads perfectly to my second question. FIFA are claiming to be the victim in all this. Do you buy into that, or is this FIFA's way of diverting attention away from the fact it was responsible for its own culture and practices that led to this chaos in the first place?
I think it was responsible, and that is something that the people at FIFA really must keep in mind. But it has been portrayed as a victim by the Department of Justice, and it very much wants to keep that status, because if it is not a victim, then it is a perpetrator itself of the corruption. And if that's the case, then it could eventually be shut down by the Swiss authorities. So if it can keep the victim status, then it can reform itself. Now, will it reform itself? That's the next question. Is this the first step to doing that? It has admitted to the bribery. It has admitted that there are bad apples, or were bad apples, within the organization. And this is a step towards being more transparent, but we're going to have to see an awful lot more, I think, to win back everybody's trust. I think people will be a bit cynical about this announcement.
Well, that's it. FIFA has accepted that bribes and kickbacks were paid for votes in the South African bid. But what about all the other recent World Cups, and especially the future tournaments in Russia and Qatar? Should that be the next step in FIFA's attempt for full transparency? Where does FIFA go from here?
Well, there are ongoing investigations, legal investigations, both in Switzerland and in the US into the later World Cup awarding processes. And once those come out, FIFA will have to respond to that. Now, FIFA did its own investigation. I think people are forgetting something called the Garcia Report. Now, this was never published, and we at Transparency International have always said that it should be published. Only an edited version of it, which was disputed by its author, ever came to light. So I think that there is probably a lot more information about the other World Cup bids over the years, and if the investigations continue, we're going to learn a lot more about that in the future.
How close are we to having an unredacted Garcia report?
I'm not sure. We don't know. I think that Gianni Infantino should, as president, make that a priority as one of the key moves that he can do to win back trust. We haven't heard about that yet. Let's hope that it comes soon.
Deborah Unger from the Corruption in Sport Initiative at Transparency International, thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much too.